Hello from Ural of New England. We are in our Boxborough showroom. My name is Dimitri, I'm the general manager, and I'm here with Daryl, our Ural Motorcycles specialist. We actually are very excited to be here today and show you this motorcycle that Daryl worked very closely with the vehicle owner who bought that bike, and they together came up with a list of awesome, absolutely stunning set of accessories, and we're gonna ask Daryl to go over one by one, just take us through, and then I know I will be asking you some questions.
Okay, sounds good. Hi everybody. So this started out as a 2018 Ural Gear Up. It's a matte black and with the powder coated drivetrain, undercoating under the sidecar, fenders, and the fenders, so that's the way we order most all our gear ups. Probably the easiest place to start with the accessories is up front, because as you can see, the amount of lights that have been added to this bike is awesome. We have the small LEDs here, larger LED fork mounts here. These LEDs are standard equipment on the gear up. But as you can see, the grills that have been added to match the fork lights are an addition. The spotlight is not standard equipment anymore, but on this one we added the spotlight, and it has a rock guard on it too to keep it from getting broken. So that as you can see, quite a bit of lighting. Over on this side, we have the sidecar fender light, and you'll also notice that all the lights are LEDs. Notice the fender light up top, turn signals, everything, tail lights. We've totally converted this bike to full LED lighting. So not only do you have brighter lights that make things safer, the LEDs draw less current, so it puts less demand on the charging system when you're using them.
Yeah, and I noticed with LED lights, the running lights are much brighter.
Mm-hmm. Everything's brighter.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll go from front up to top side. We have park brake as standard. Here's the switches for the lighting. This bike has a 12-volt power port for the handlebars. So you can fit your phone into the ram mount and plug it in here to charge it.
Yeah, this thing is so heavy duty. It's insane. It's just, and you can pick any angle. And it's incredibly heavy duty.
Yep.
And it's a rubber net.
If you're gonna really put this bike through what it's designed for, it has this little catch that actually holds the phone even more so than just the bracket does, so it will not move. So since we're right in this area, let's check this out too.
Oh yeah.
Have a hand shifter for forward. And the shifter under here is for reverse. So you have your forward gears that you use here, and once you get ready to use reverse, you just pull up on this, that engages reverse. Now the nice thing about this too is that with the forward shifter that we use, you don't give up your foot shift. So you'll notice I can move the hand shift with the foot shifter over here. So you have both. With the reverse though, you do get rid of the pedal that's down here, gives you a little bit more foot room, and the reverse here is easier to actuate than having to look up under the throttle body to see it. Also, while we're in this area, we have a first aid kit. Now we normally will put the first aid kit on the back of the sidecar, but if you look here, we've put our Ural New England sidecar bumper on there.
Yep, that is something that we designed this contour, and we had some minor bumps here and there with these, and I hear from our customers that save the rear end of the sidecar. Yeah, with these things.
So these come standard with the front bumper, so this just adds a little bit of protection on the back end.
And I also like this mounting point because it is easy access.
It does allow you to get to things a little easier than the back of the sidecar, and you don't have to worry about it getting damaged or anything when it's up between the sidecar and the motorcycle.
Absolutely. Well, let's keep going. This is so exciting.
So, and you want to be comfortable, so we have a drink holder, self-leveling drink holder.
Yes.
Now this has it has a thermal insert that fits in it, keeps your drink hot when it's hot and cold when it's cold, and this also is adjustable too.
Yeah, and you can actually set it to pretty much any
Any
I
way
know
you
you're
want.
not supposed to, you're not supposed to ride and have your drink, but I guess if you just hanging out somewhere, just
Yeah.
on your bike, it's perfect. So you can, again, this is a ram mount accessories that are extremely heavy duty, and you can see the mounting. Everything is coated bracketing so they don't leave any marks on the bike parts.
Yeah, they use a very, very high-tech fiber reinforced plastic on their bracketry, so you can crank it down and tighten things up, but it doesn't mar the paint finish. And that's on all the brackets, the arm, everything.
Yeah, and I like the slim windshields.
Yep.
Those work out very, very good.
So I don't think he's added anything
Well, we can just
inside
cover-
here.
We can just cover the electrical panel on the gear up, which
Yep.
that's where we situate an
That's where-
extra switch.
Everything goes. So if you look down in here, you've got a secondary panel, and you have a power port here. And that power port's hot all the time, which allows you to use it to charge your cell phone, your computer, whatever you might need to charge up. But the other nice thing about it is because it's not switched, is you can plug your battery charger into that power port, and you can keep your battery maintained.
Trickle charger. Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah. So that's standard on all the gear ups, as well as the storage compartment up under the seat here while we're in this area. So some of the other things that he's added, have this fender rack. That's a very popular item for us, as well as the guards for the sidecar fender, and the tail light on the motorcycle itself.
Yeah, these are all heavy duty welded construction.
And they're lightweight too. They give you a lot of protection, but they don't add a lot of weight to the motorcycle. And they're powder coated, so they're going to be durable.
Yeah, while we're on this side of the bike, you can see continuation of the hand shifter. What Daryl was showing us, the camera was on the other side, but as you can see, the foot shifter moves because I'm moving hand shifter, and vice versa. If I was to shift the bike down or up, you can see the hand shifter moves by the gas tank. Yeah, this bike has so much lighting, and as we walk around, my favorite accessory on any motor vehicle, off-road motor vehicle, which Ural certainly is one of them, is a winch.
Yeah, now we're back around to the front of the motorcycle. And as you can see, looking up under the nose of the sidecar, we have a winch. It has a 2,500 pound capacity, runs steel cable, and the remote for the winch is wireless. So you don't have any cord to get tangled up. It's very easy to operate. The panel for the operating only has 3 buttons. So very easy to use, very strong. That's it, just 3 buttons.
Yep, you can see the remote control. Here's your warnings and do's and don'ts. And this is to extend, and this is to retract. And what's nice, I'll tell you what I learned just talking again to our customers and using the winch myself. There are different setup of the winches that available for, I guess, for Ural, because there aren't many motorcycles that would use a winch. But I know of a couple that I've seen online, and I've seen on one of the bikes. We had a customer who was riding through from Canada, and those were add-on winches that you kind of set as you need them. They're not permanently set. This particular one, just like on the Jeep, it is permanently set, and it is bolted to the bike. And if we look on the inside, you'll see it is bolted with substantial metal plates, and with that, it's certainly, you can practically suspend the bike up in the air from this winch and move it up and down. It wouldn't be a pretty sight, but it can be done. You can certainly work the winch and pull the bike out instantly without doing any brackets set up and bolting things on the side of the bike. And yeah, we've seen this winch in action. It worked very, very well. Daryl, go ahead.
And it sounds like it's very user-friendly, like you said.
Yeah, it's like you turn on by this remote control. I had it on. Now I have it off, and it is fully disabled.
So as you see, we have another accessory to show you that is pretty well hidden. Most people won't pick up on it, but it's very important. You know which one that is?
I don't right now.
It's very loud. So this bike has a compact air horn. So if we want to take a quick listen to it, all I did was just tap it. Very loud, very loud.
Let's give it another.
All right.
It is loud.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at it, because it is a really neat setup.
Yeah, a lot of times when you see air horns mounted, you have a separate compressor and air lines.
Just turn the lights off so Mike can get on the other side, because we had the lights hitting the camera. But yeah, it's we're looking again, all the brackets.
Yeah, it's self-contained.
Yeah, they were designed by, all the brackets were designed here at Ural of New England to be able to do pretty much plug and play, easy bolt-on installation of this compact compressor with air horn assembly. And we've sold many of them. We've been selling them for years, and only top level reviews that we get on these for safety, mainly for safety and sometimes for fun. And as you can see, it is actually very straightforward installation.
It's very clean, because a lot of times when you add something like this to a motorcycle, it's tough to get the brackets to look right, and the wiring doesn't look proper, but it's a very clean, very well thought out installation.
Are we leaving anything out on this bike? I know it has a lot of stuff. We covered a lot of pretty much.
I think we've pretty much covered most everything.
Well, let's give it a quick start.
Yeah.
What is a review without having the
having it running? Yeah.
Yeah, and the hand shifter is so then everything can be done here with the hand shifter, and then putting it in neutral was very easy. We're in neutral, and then going in reverse. Out of reverse, back to neutral. Yeah, this is great.
You notice how the suspension moves up and down more on the gear up than on the retro?
Yeah.
Has a lot more travel in it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the suspension on these bikes are amazing. It's when you take one out, and do just a little bit of off-roading, you realize only then how capable these bikes are and how much fun they are and how comfortable they are too for you as a rider and for your passenger, especially if he or she is in the sidecar.
That's right. And a lot of people will look at them. A lot of people, we can cover one quick thing while we're here.
Yes.
A lot of people ask about the front suspension.
Yes.
And how it works. I'll show you a real quick, easy way to show somebody.
Yes.
So what it does is it separates the brakes from the steering.
Ah, yes.
So if you hold the front brake and you
Yes.
push on the front end, it won't move.
It will not move, yes.
But if you push on the front end itself, the suspension will work up and down independent of the steering. So what that does is it allows you to maintain a very stable handling situation, and your brakes have no effect on changing the handling characteristics of the motorcycle.
And it pretty much eliminates that diving effect.
It does.
When you, that's a great point, Daryl, because yes, absolutely, when you're going at any speed, whether you're going slow and you just hit the brakes, or if you're doing near emergency braking, the bike stays pretty much in the same level to the ground. It is the geometry of the front suspension is such that, yes, when you hit the brakes, the bike stays leveled.
Right.
That is
so you get an
amazing.
emergency situation and you get on the brakes and the front end dives, you've actually shortened your front end by about 4 or 5 inches, and you're riding a motorcycle you're not acclimated to.
Yes.
At that time, and this just makes things safer.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for viewing this video. Thank you very much for your interest in Ural Motorcycles. Daryl?
We really appreciate your time, and if you have any questions, comments, if you want us to build one of these for you, just reach out to us at alphacars.com. Thank you very much.